So in today's video, I'm going to share with you how I applied eyeshadow to my mature hooded eye that has texture and is sagging. So if that interests you, stay tuned. One of the things that drives me crazy about my hooded eyes is, number one, they're hooded. Number two, right, they have texture on it. Number three, they're sagging a bit. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you about 8 to 10 tips on how to conceal a hooded eye that's mature and has texture on it. So if that's you, continue watching. So I'm going to start off, number one, with the cream eyeshadow base. I'm going to be using this one here from MAC. It's called Painterly. Smooth out any uneven skin tone and texture on my lid. And the places where I have the texture, it's going to kind of fill in some of the texture that's on the skin. So I'm going to take this concealer brush. I'm going to dip it into this MAC Painterly. You can see it's like a skin tone, matches my skin tone. I'm going to go in and I'm going to hold this mirror. I'm going to go and I am going to just kind of swipe that across the entire lid, like so. So you can already see how a lighter color just kind of makes my eyes get lost. And what that does, the cream eyeshadow does a couple of things, right? It's not too heavy on the lid. It's going to dry matte. It's going to dry down matte. But it's also going to fill in any of those fine lines that I have going across my hood in here. And as well as evening out any uneven skin tone on the eyelid. I happen to love this one by MAC because it not only is it cream, so it doesn't look dry on my lid, but it's not too creamy where it gets heavy and clumpy looking, and after you've put eyeshadow on, sometimes with the creamier ones, it will crease in areas, and I don't want any more creasing going on my lids. Tip number two is I'm going to go in and I'm going to find exactly where I want to put that medium shade eyeshadow, right where it's going to kind of make my crease go up higher so you don't notice the hood as much. So for that, I'm going to take this pencil brush here. This is a Rephr pencil brush. I have this Patrick Ta Dimension 2 eyeshadow palette. I'm going to go in with this. So there's, up here you have your warmer tones and down here you have your cooler tones. So if you have light eyes, like I have hazel eyes, so I'm going to stick with the warmer tones because they have a tendency to look better on people with lighter eyes. But if you have like dark brown eyes, I would go down here to the cooler tones and start with using this third color coming over in the middle right here. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to take the tip of this pencil brush and I'm going to mark out where I want to put that eyeshadow. I'm gonna hold this up and I'm gonna, sorry, I gotta see what I'm doing. So you can see where I have, like there's texture and it's sagging and it's a hood. And tilt my head back slightly and I'm gonna go right in there. Right, and right above the pupil and right where that part is hanging down. I'm gonna go in and do the other side. Again, you go in, tilt your head backwards a little bit, and then you just push up right above, like right in the center. If you're looking straight ahead, right in the center of your pupil there. You can see it right there, right there. So it should look something like that. Next, I'm going to take this brush here. This is the Wayne Goss, and I think it's the number 19 Wayne Goss. It's a blending brush, but it's not a big blending brush like this one. This is his bigger one. It's a little bit bigger. But for now, I just want to get in there and I want to be a little bit more precise where I'm going to be putting the eyeshadow, and I don't want it to be too blown out yet. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to take that same color eyeshadow that I used, this one here. I'm going to roll my brush around in it. I'm going to tap off any excess. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to go right where that dot is and I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to make little circles, going back and forth. Keep going around. And you can already see how that kind of has lifted, that has opened up the eye. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to dip it in that same color, go right there, and go back and forth. Now I happen to have a lot of texture right in here, and it's like sagging coming down right in this area right there. So I want to concentrate on going in there with that darker color. And then as I go out this way, I want to kind of bring the brush in circular motions and go back up. You can also do windshield wiper motion and then do circular motions. Windshield wiper and then circular. But always working the brush going upwards. In there with a little bit more of the darker color and go right in here where you can see this part is coming down, this part right here. And this is just going to kind of give it like a halo effect. It's going to make the eyes look more rounder and open by doing that. Okay, now so I'm going to take this bigger brush, this bigger blending brush, a clean brush, has no product on it, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to kind of blend that out there. Next I'm going to go in and I'm going to take a shimmer and I'm going to put the shimmer right across my lid right here. And that's going to brighten up my lid, and it's also going to make it appear like brighter where I need it to be brighter. So I'm going to take this Dior. This is a champagne shimmer. It's called Tulle. This color here. I'm going to take this brush here by MAC. I'm going to spray it with some Fix Plus. And that's just going to make the shimmer pop a little bit more. And I'm only going to keep the shimmer right on my lid. I don't want to bring it up where the texture is because that'll just enhance the texture. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to press that right into across my lid there. Concentrating more on the inside. Next I'm going to go back in with this Wayne Goss brush, the clean one, and I'm just going to kind of blend them a little bit, kind of marry them together a little bit. So it looks more blended on my lid. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go back into that Patrick Ta palette. I'm gonna go right over to the lightest color, which is this color here. And I'm going to put that across my brow bone. Up here, right there. Just to kind of lift it somewhat. See how that just kind of brings the eye upward to there, right? So everything is being lifted. Okay, so you can see how that kind of I don't want to use the shimmer up there because I do have texture, but I do just want to kind of lift it a little bit there more. Okay, next I'm going to go, now I wouldn't use too heavy of an eyeliner across if you have a hooded eye, because what it's going to do is just really make the eye look too heavy and closed up. But I do think that going in and using a waterproof pencil on your eyeliner there, on your waterline, is key to having it look like the eyes are brighter and the lash line has more depth to it. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to go right in that lash line. So not only am I going in the waterline, I'm going right in between those lashes and really sticking it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of the pencil and go right in here, just on the outer third of my top of my lid. Just going to go from here over. Then I'm going to go back in with that pencil brush, the one that I used to make the mark. And I'm going to go and just kind of take that liner and pull it upwards. I'm not going to bring a wing out. only because I do have so much sagginess here that if I do a wing, I can make the wing go out, but when I close my eyes or look straight ahead, it's going to collapse because of the heaviness I have on my eye there. But I still like to lift it up and bring that kind of, you know, cat eye effect to the eye. So this is how I do it. I take this pencil brush and I just kind of smudge it going upwards. So I'll take it right in here on the lash line and go up. Go upward and just go right across. Take your brush and go pull up, up, and up. And the cream pencil you can move that a little bit with the pencil brush, right? It's not like it's a hard line there or a gel liner, where it just is once you put that on, like it's set looking that way for the entire day, and you can't move it or smudge it or make it look soft at all. And I think the key with mature eyes is keeping everything soft and kind of blown out looking. You don't want anything looking too hard, too heavy, too painted on. You want it to be soft and kind of like blended more than anything. So on the under part of the eye, again, I'm gonna go in underneath there and I'm gonna take the pencil brush and I'm gonna pull it upwards. So I'm just kind of pulling it up and out towards my top of my ear almost, up and out. Not this way, up. You'll go up into the hooded part, and you'll also go into where the texture is. So you want to kind of go up and out this way. So everything is being pulled up and out. Do the same thing on the other side. So right there, like just on the last third of the eye there. And go, poke myself in the eye. Just go in and pull it upwards. Okay, and that will kind of give it like a soft wing effect, you know, as opposed to anything looking too hard and heavy. The same thing with your brows. If you're penciling in your brows, don't bring them down like this. You want to bring them up and kind of not flare it out, but direct it out this way, as opposed to bringing them down this way. You want to go out with it coming like this way. So fill it in, come up, and then bring it this way, not down. Well, next to last, what I would put on would be just a couple of individual lashes just to kind of make that eye open up. And what I'm gonna do is share with you this new glue that just came out. It's for Duo. It's called Duo, and it is a bond and seal glue, and it's made to go, as opposed to putting your lashes over the top and putting them on, this goes underneath your lash line. But it goes right on top, right underneath the lash, not the waterline, but just the lash. And what you do is you go in with this bond, right? It looks like this with this brush, and you go right underneath. It's almost like you're putting on mascara, but you don't pull it all the way out to the end of the lash. And I'm just gonna take a couple of these individual lashes here from Ardell. I'm going to take the shortest ones, and this is just going to enhance my lashes a little bit. Simply go in and lay that right up underneath there. I'll go in closer so you can see. Super easy. Now they say this lash glue will last up to 10 days. I tried it the other day, and once I washed my face, it came off. But still, I was impressed by the fact that I was able to put lashes on underneath, and it wasn't like a heavy application of like lash glue. It's a very light feel to the eye. And you simply just go in and tap it right up against that lash line, and boom. You have a couple extra lashes in there. I typically just like to put them on the corner of my eyes. I don't like to go all the way across. I don't want anything looking too heavy on my eye. You can see how that just kind of gives it an extra kick on the eye and just kind of opens it up, and it's more lifting for the eye. So I just went in with the sealer that you put over the top, right? And you can put as many lashes on that you want. You know, you can put on, you know, you can go all the way across if you want. You can put longer ones on. You can put an entire strip on if you want, just to kind of brighten up the eye. But for the sake of today's video, I'm just going to use these very simple, very natural looking lashes. Right there. and it grabs it right away. You don't have to wait for it to dry. You're not fiddling around in your eye there so your eye is getting irritated. It really just goes right on. Put a third one on and that will complete the eye look. Well, almost complete the eye look. I would go in now with mascara just to blend it all in. Then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take this Limitless, no, yes it is, the Limitless mascara from Ilia. Guys, you can't even tell that I have like a lash on, right? It just is very subtle, but just kind of opens it up a little bit more and makes the lashes look more enhanced. Plus, because I'm just putting in the corners, it's very lifting to the eye, right? So, with a hooded eye, it has a tendency to want to like close up. Comment below, let me know if you're gonna try any of these tips at home next time you do your hooded eye. And if you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.